There I was. We'll just listen to a couple of songs to get those likes up, get the shares out. Actually, we'll listen to one more. So this is a deep dive, a live deep dive into Irish FYP. His actual name is Stephen Hanley. Now, the reason my last live got banned was because I read out a violent threat he made towards a woman. As we'll see throughout the live, there are plenty of examples of him doing just that to multiple different women. Multiple different women. But like I say, if this live does go down again, then we're going to jump over to Twitch where there's not those sort of restrictions. We'll be able to show everything in full. Now, I've rewound a little bit here because I forgot. Obviously, he said he didn't alter his messages. He said he didn't alter his messages, so we'll just have to prove that to be bollocks as well. One sec. So I think it's these messages here with the voice notes. You'll see the different voice notes, then you'll see the text saying, I might fancy you, then another voice note, and then says, God, you disgust me. Becky then says, good means you'll F me with more hatred. Don't think I hate you, you're not even worth my effort. But listen to what he says.
I mean, I did say, you fucking let the whole up and send me the rest of your photos, but you didn't do what you told. So I might just kick you down the stairs.
I just kick you down the stairs. In the paperwork, he shows, there's messages being removed. That's all we're going to say on that one. Let's get back to the violent threats. I have to be careful how I word it, obviously. Where were we up to? Not this one. Sorry, guys. Yes, obviously he was offering money. He said he would offer money for somebody to go to somebody's house and do you know what. Alright, you know what. Right. So let me move on here. Somebody says that he was actually... George says, honestly, thank you. I was worried for other women to fall into his trap like he has with many others. He's been kicked out of 5 Discords because of his behaviour towards women. And then somebody said, actually booted me. That other Jessica with the purple heart was sending Irish screenshots. And that's why he's threatened to... I'm having to really think about how I phrase things here. Petrol, B-O-M-B. Petrol, B-O-M-B, Becky's house. You all catch what I'm saying, yes? And, I mean, like, this man is horrendous. So when this man tries to say that he's never made threats to anybody, we've just seen 2 messages there of threats. Okay, or talking about threats that they've received from him. Now, this one here, so this is a Snapchat group that was set up for the moderators of a Discord. In these messages, he was being called out for his vile behaviour. So, we have there... So, Steve's comment there is, and you're an abuser who ran to therapy to cover yourself as being toxic in a relationship. And then obviously later on they said, all because of this, to call him out for his vile behaviour. I will provide all these screenshots on my Instagram as well. Steve then says, you didn't just say nah, unlike you, the voice notes, you are a liar and a gaslighter, which is something he said quite a lot. But this is, obviously we've seen who the liar is, who the gaslighter is, who the person is who's threatening these women. Now it goes here. Steve starts, tell you what, I'll screen record this whole chat from today and I'll remove myself as it can be twisted. He's told to do it. Steve says, won't put a dark thing on my name. And they said, couldn't care less, sooner you're gone the better. You drag everyone else down because your life is shit. Couldn't care less about you or your name. He then says, okay, when my phone charges, I'll do FYP screen record on all these and leave. So he's just trying, he's just trying to threaten them all the time. He's going to twist the narrative. But this one here is particularly vile once again. So in these messages, he mocks DV, Grape, and he tells a woman who's gone through these things that he hopes that their abuser wins in court. So we'll go through the messages. It says, one failed relationship and one failed marriage, and I'm the abuser. Okay. And then it said, he wished that my abuser would win in court against me. Oh, he's used the crybaby thing as well. And then Irish has then said, we can all go deep. And then he does say there, I do hope he wins, pal. So there we go. So just more examples of this vile person's behaviour. Please keep tapping that screen, guys, while we're listening. And if you haven't already, hold the screen, hit repost. Now, once again, this is him mocking DV and Grape. So Georgie says he's reaching. Becky says, I'm not her keeper. Tyler, what's happened? Georgie says, mentioning my abuser again. And then Irish says, Georgie is an effing victim. Becky, you literally called her a gaslighting manipulator who abuses men and called her entitled because she got therapy. So I'm going to let her dig you out. I'm a victim. And then Georgie says, I'm a victim of grape and abuse. At least you got something correct. Becky then literally says, you called her a gaslighting manipulator who abuses men and called her entitled because she got therapy. So I'm going to let her dig out your dead mum. I'm a victim of grape and abuse. At least you got something correct. So then it comes up again. Iris says, and she's about to learn what time it is. You have 2 female cousins in Manchester. Watch this. So he keeps sort of threatening that he's going to get things done to people and their families. And then it says, oh, F off, you see you next Tuesday. Enjoy seeing your parents tomorrow. Jessica, you won't go anywhere. And then Becky's called him at the end there. Irish, you're an abuser. You admitted you were in a toxic relationship. Then the next comment was, what defines abuse? Because you know your actions were abusive to your ex. Now, once again, another vile attempt. I can't really do that, Emmy, while I'm on here. Give us a second, guys. I need to check something. While I'm just checking my messages, guys, we tap the screen, please. Keep tapping. Right, guys, sorry about that interruption. Just had to clear something up. Right, okay, so back to messages from Steve. This is Irish FYP. Some of the vile things and examples of what he's done with women. Because obviously he's been live with the likes of Delusa Pisshead and all that sort of thing. And try to say that he just did this within a toxic relationship. But so far we've seen that obviously there's been multiple occasions where it's been multiple women, and we are here as a community as well to back those ladies and to give them our full support. Right, so another message here on Snapchat. Another one here is obviously Steve there that says send, and I'm not going to say it. You know, I'm assuming you can see it. He's asking for an explicit image. They said no. And then he said, F you see you next Tuesday. All right. Yes, Steph, yes, mods can do that. Now, this is another thing. So, obviously, his ex, you'll see a lot of manipulation around his ex-partner and some of the things that he said about them. Well, actually, everything he said is absolutely abhorrent and vile. So, after the relationship has ended, he's then sent an email to her saying, blocking me won't stop me doxing your son's baby pictures. I'll just read that again. Blocking me won't stop me your son's baby pictures. You will get me to stop by later tonight. Now, I would like to say that that's the only time I've seen him make that sort of threat, but it's not, and we'll see that later on as well. So then he also made posts on TikTok tagging his ex-partner, trying to get them back into a relationship. So obviously I assume he's Googled that image or whatever. Louise, love you so much. And then he's titled the account Unblock Me. He's tagged the lady saying, I messed up, man. Come home, I love you. I'm sorry for it all. I'm going off my head. I am lost. And I said I'm not able to go without you because you're my best friend. You're my Dorcas. And then obviously he hasn't got the response that he's asking TikTok. TikTok, spread the word out. Help me manipulate my partner into coming back to me. Like, it's absolutely nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Now we're going to show another example. This time a clip where we're going to hear the way he speaks to women and the way he brings up their abuse.
Then he showed his true colours, didn't he?
Irish, I'm not even getting into an argument with you because I've swore from last night I'm not getting into drama anymore. I can't be asked for on the app anymore. It's draining. Just, you know what you've done. I couldn't just leave people alone.
Like, there's so many women that are coming out on you now and you're still denying it. Like, you're fucking a proper narcissist, man.
Shout one.
Like, your ex.
This isn't the first time that his behaviour is being called out. This will become very apparent to everyone as well.
But you were in people's inboxes saying, "Oh, I can't believe it! I actually thought you were so different. I thought you were going to meet up and all."
Yeah, I thought you were a nice lad. I thought you were a nice.
You mad weirdo! You were the one that was stalking me. I have the messages. Don't make me go out the woman that you were in the inbox crying about. I thought Ernest was so different.
How many women has this man tried to get with, shall we say, and when they've rejected him, rejected the advances, has then turned like this?
I thought you were such a nice sweet. I sent you 2 messages or something. I sent you 2 messages and you're telling people that we were going to run off together and all. You absolute stalking weirdo. You stalking little weirdo.
I mean, there's 2 people you're getting accused of stalking, and I can say there's been multiple on your name, Ida, so, what's going on?
Another person saying there's multiple women saying you have done this.
Hey, because
show me all these
I'm
people
upset.
that
I thought you were a nice lad. Look what's come out of my way.
Just show me all these women that I'm stalking, please.
Well, Spooky, right? So we'll pin Spooky's comment mod. So Spooky's saying there he's been in their inbox and he's been nothing like this at all. Now I would imagine, and I don't want to speak for people, but I would imagine that when he starts talking to you, he's not like this. I would imagine when he starts talking to you, he doesn't immediately start, saying all those sort of vile things. That'll be something that comes later on, part of the manipulation. And I'm sure if any of the people who are mentioned today want to speak to you, Spooky, or anybody else who thinks they're having a nice conversation with this man at the moment, and I'm sure they would, educate you on what happened and how it transpired with them,
They should fuck up. You're twisting everything that everyone.
No, show me all the women, please. Show me all the women.
Okay, well, the woman next to you is one that said that you've stalked her. There was then another woman who said that you stalked her and you were horrible to her.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay, sorry.
He hasn't stalked me. I have not said that. He
hasn't stalked anybody. What are you going on about, man?
Your ex just
stalking.
Yeah, that wrong.
It's mad, isn't it? Isn't it so crazy, isn't it? Isn't it so crazy when once a man wants nothing to do with a woman, he's a stalker. He's I wanted nothing to do with any of this. I was the one that left. Stop making it out there as if he's blocking. I was the one that left all you. You're all fucking weirdos and even mad. You're all talking behind
after having a, like, I'd say conversation, but after speaking to this man in a live or whatever, it's the same sort of stuff every time. He acts like he's a victim, like everybody else is the problem, like nothing he's doing is wrong here, which is absolutely nuts.
Back.
Me and you and mates, nothing could more.
And I'm not saying he's a narcissist, because, like, let's face it, everybody on social media diagnoses everybody as a narcissist. But this man just goes into meltdown all the time, where he's getting called out on bad behaviour, or when somebody doesn't agree or won't move and agree with something he's manipulating, he goes into complete meltdown.
We wasn't made you little weird freak. You kept messaging me and I kept hearing it. I have all the messages.
Chaos, I'm going to screenshot.
I have all the messages. I have all the messages. I don't delete it.
Like,
one at a time.
Show them now, you liar.
Show them now.
I'll screenshot all the messages and I'll send them to S.
Come on, you write it.
Absolute fucking empty.
You know what to do. Don't
Kelly, let's talk about the whole move when someone was messaging that you was going to. What about you did? Did you not push some man to his wrist? Did you not push some man to visit court?
What?
Did you not on this one? And what about you joking about crab paste and fucking?
Oh, come with a new one. I didn't say. Did crab paste and come out of my mouth?
You make jokes about.
I'm not going at Alex Brigham here, but it was Alex Brigham that said that, right, chat?
Weird shit on the plane.
Mistaken with Alex Brigham, you idiot. Yeah, it didn't. Them words didn't come out of my mouth.
You come on here and cry about your trauma or you're being abused, but you're the one that will always make jokes about kids. Don't talk about that.
You're not about. Hang on, 1 minute.
Yeah, man. Just another behaviour, and just another example.
Bedroom.
And then we're gonna actually no, not this one. Now this is going to be really triggering. So these are some of the messages that Alicia has tried to show. Quite a few people have tried to show. I do have more messages as well that haven't been put out there yet. I'm going to try very carefully to read these out. Now, Delusive Angie said that she found it wild that there was no message thread. She wanted to see the message thread. She wanted to see all the messages. I mean, all four had no brains. You can clearly tell that there's a thread of messages here. That's a message from one side, that's a message from the other side. You will also see when this person spams horrible shit, because it might shock you, Delusive, but when people are trying to leave somebody, or somebody who are in this sort of abusive situation, they do try ignoring these people, and these people do not let up. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly. Right, so in this message, which we're going to hear in a screen recording later on, he says this is justified. He says this is justified because she cheated on him. It is justified for him to say, "Get graped, you fat mess." And then to say, "Enjoy your explicit images everywhere." He says in the clip with Delusive Angie that that's the reason. Oh, well, she cheated on me, so that's, you know what I mean, so that is acceptable. Or we all, pardon me, we all fly off the handle at the end of relationships and wish people to get raped. Oh yeah, it happens all the time. No, certain people with a horrible fucked up mindset say stuff like that. And if you're trying to say that, this is what concerns me. And that's why I believe that he hides behind this whole C&C thing, because nobody with a right mind would be throwing around threats or wishes like that onto people. It's just it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So then it says, "Geebag, get effing graped to bits." And then, "Your videos of you playing with yourself are going everywhere." I mean, this, we're going to make excuses for this sort of behaviour. We're going to box people like this and let them tell their side of the story. Absolutely not. And she's obviously responded saying, "Reporting revenge, corn and threatening behaviour." He's then said, "F you." She then said you're going to be arrested and you'll be on a reg. And then he says down the bottom, you fat grape victim. She then says that she's reported him, and then he's called her a used, damaged, trampy, see you next Tuesday. She's obviously told him, he's going to get some serious charges for this sort of stuff. He's then told her to go and unalive herself. You fat, see you next Tuesday. You know what I mean? And then it says, hurry up and turn your internet off again, you fat grape victim. And then obviously she's saying you're going to end up on the register, you're going to end up on the S-offenders register. He then says it's worth it. Won't have a cheating rape victim of a girlfriend anymore. This is just, honestly, this is like horrific. This is horrific, and this is only the tip of the iceberg, I swear to God. You little umpa lumper, go on, you fat mess. And I'm not sure who Tom is. I don't know whether Tom is her child or a relative or whatever. But he says, I hope Tom wakes up and you're covered in blood. You riddled, see you next Tuesday. Listen, go on my account. Your, should we say, top half of indecent stuff is going on my account. Watch. And then she says, see, that's why your sorries made nothing. You ain't sorry, you never are. And then he says, least while I'm banging other women, from now on, I can about you still with all your pics. Fucking hell. She then says you're vile. And then he says at least something good came from it. Now you can see, obviously, he said he doesn't delete messages, where you can see at the top there, this message was deleted, this message was deleted. So he sat in the live yesterday with Delusive Angie saying, I don't delete messages, I don't alter messages. Well, you do. He says, I'm going to cheat on you now, good luck. I hope whatever man that is you're with, he grapes you. F off, you fat little honestly, this is unbelievable. How can anybody defend or be like, oh yeah, there's two sides of every story. We're seeing both sides. We're seeing the message thread. He's just spamming all the vile hate. I'm going to cheat now as well. Effort. I hope you get effing graped and left to die, you fat. See you next Tuesday. Okay, now. Right. Jesus Christ. There is more messages coming up and things like that. I just want to go over some of the highlights or the things that I felt were like spillage or things that need pulling up from Delusive's live. Obviously go over the Observer on YouTube if you haven't already followed her, and you'll see this full video if you want to.
That's Louis. Don't Louis. Come here. This is a toxic relationship. This woman went to friends and accused me of sexually assaulting her and shit. I have all these messages, and you're sitting here enabling this woman to tell lies.
What woman?
This woman, Louise, your mod horror queen, Louise.
I didn't know Louise. I didn't know Louise was horror queen.
Well, now you do.
Oh, I know now. I didn't know this. I've just found out.
No, but the fact that I'm getting told I sent unsolicited pictures. No, I didn't. I have all this evidence backed up. I have a telegram.
We've already seen this man lie, right? So this man said he's only had fallout or said things like this to one woman. We've already proved that's not true. We're going to prove more of that as well coming up. He said he doesn't alter his messages. We've shown 2 examples of him deleting messages and manipulating messages. So this man's been caught out of multiple lies. We've seen all the threats he's made. We've seen the violent threats he's made. We've seen the actual violent threats he's made and all this sort of stuff. And now he sits there and wants you to go, yeah, I believe him. He's got good character.
I have a Telegram group full of everything. My friends have seen everything. I'm waiting to see if she's going to go to the police because I want me day in court for this.
He should have gone. I don't know if I've got this clip in, but Aunt Sally says you should go to the police then and clear your name. You should go to the police and clear your name. If you think it's a load of, all this, he doesn't.
And then I'm going to put it to her, and I'm going to get her charged for false rape allegations. This is just more than TikTok. This is well deep than TikTok. But you are just seeing one side of it because I won't put out screenshots or messages or screen recordings. Because why should I? That fucks up everything then. Let her go to the...
Now, he's saying, why should I put anything out to prove my innocence? He already has. When I asked him, he sent that image that he said was showing consent that didn't show consent. He's already tried to prove what he's saying and failed drastically. So we can all say we've got this, that and the other, we've got all this over there, and then make it out like, oh well, I'm just not showing you that stuff because it could lead to bother. But he has already tried to show that stuff and it backfired because it didn't show what he said.
Police, involve the police, and I'll get my day in court. That's what I want. I want my day in court.
Oh, simple as that. FYP. Why? What about these other women?
These other women. I was in a group with a group of women who I didn't want to talk to anymore, and I blocked.
Is he always whispering? Like, he always seems like he's whispering in a spare bedroom somewhere. I don't get it. It just, I don't know. Is it just me? It just seems like he's whispering, like on a second phone, like, don't want to disturb the wife, she'll find out what I do on TikTok or something. I don't know. Just weird.
And now they're all scorned over it. That's exactly what happened. I have messages to back everything up I'm saying.
Like 110% energy, but no projection.
These women wanted me to target certain people on the app. They wanted me to target...
This is manipulation.
Canadian Angie. They wanted me to target you. They wanted me to target Evil Queen.
These horrible people wanted me to target you. Be my friend, back me here. Like, these are just, these are just nothing statements. These are just nothing statements with no evidence.
I have all these messages to back what I'm saying up. This is why I'm telling them, Angie, to go to the police. Please go to the police. Because then the police will deal with it all, and then the truth will come out. I don't need to shout.
You know what, Irish FYP, at least you put up loads of messages that you'd said, and
those are the messages we've just read out as well.
And to these women.
Fact Fake had said that he saw the message of you saying that women want to be cleared.
That's fine. That's only one side though. That's the thing. You're just seeing one side because
he's actually right there. We are seeing one side. I'm not saying.
And she's wrong. We've just shown the messages. We've shown messages where there is a back and forth throughout these messages. Just because he's spamming her with messages doesn't mean it's a one-sided conversation. I mean, it is in one way because she's not responding, but that's the conversation.
I think that's right. Another creator says the same thing.
Can I just say, right? If I meant to be stalking and harassing and threatening all these women, why did I block all these women myself 2 months ago? And why are these the ones that are carrying on saying, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that? I'm the one that took myself away from the situation. I don't want to do anything with any...
Why did I block and move away? Maybe because you were worried. Maybe because you were worried.
These women, nothing at all. I blocked them myself, but they were happy enough to send me their intimate pictures and shit.
And that's wild. That's wild. So imagine you're in a happy relationship, you send explicit images to your partner or whoever, and then months later you go through abuse, you leave that partner, and then they use the defence of, well, they were happy to send me pictures. So what? How does that a defence for anything? That is not a defence. That is him trying to make the woman feel degraded, degrade them, and make people make all these fucking horrible victim-shamey comments, which is why it's so difficult for people to come forward.
which apparently I'm threatening. I have no intimate pictures. Police are going to take my 2 devices and they are going to see that I have no women's intimate pictures on my phone. When I'm
Right, okay, so then I've put up evidence on this one of also the fact that he's talking bollocks. So...
And by the way,
so the fact that I'm getting told
did you say that women want to be great?
It's more, Louise.
Did you say women want to be great?
No, I did not.
He said no. He said no. He just said no. And there's the screenshot. Some women like to be graped. I don't know. They find it kinky, I guess. I'm going to Instagram you. C&C is not grape. C&C is not grape, and I am very worried about somebody who doesn't seem to fucking understand that and has made threats or said to his ex-partners, I hope you get graped, several times over and over and over again. You know, nobody who's making those kind of threats should be engaging in that kind of stuff anyway. God, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw the little dweeb.
Say that, I tried to explain that there's a thing in the kink world called a grape fantasy or see.
It's not called that. It is not called that. Within the kink community, if you were to call that, you'd be excluded from the kink community. You are a huge red flag. Unfortunately, some people engage in kinks and engage in kink life or whatever to excuse abuse, and some people who claim to be a dominant partner within that sort of relationship is just there to validate abuse and causing pain. It happens quite a lot. It happens quite a lot. Healthy relationships with this have a lot of understanding of boundaries, a lot of conversations between, and he doesn't even understand the fundamentals. He just thinks that C&C means that he can live out his fantasy, which is to grape. Because let's face it, the way that he makes threats about grape all the time, I hope somebody gets grape, I hope you get graped, I hope this happens, and then tries to say, oh well, you know, it's C&C and some women like it. I can't help that, honestly.
C&C, I tried to explain it to Fact Freak, and
he did not try and explain it. You guys have seen the messages, and he wouldn't have had to fucking explain it to me. What he said was fucking worrying and red flag, and that's why I went with it.
Mixed up the words. That's exactly what happened.
So did you say to Louise? Steve, did you say to Louise?
And I will say, like, Delusive Angie didn't know that, you know, I don't think she knows everything. She just sees a topic that people are talking about that might get views. She goes, get them in the box. But like, that's why it's dangerous.
That you want her to be great. Hope she gets great.
She cheated on me.
So, Alicia's asking the question there.
Be great. Hope she gets.
Did you make those threats, right? Did you make those threats? He's then going to validate the threats that we've already shown you by saying, yeah, I did say I hope she gets graped, but she cheated on me.
Steve, did you say to Louise that you want her to be great, hope she gets great?
There's the screenshot or one of them, because she said it multiple times.
She cheated on me, and I said that
did you say that? Because I've got all the messages.
She said, listen to me, Alicia. She cheated on me. She told me. I found out, and they were the words I said. Yes.
I can't believe I'm having to ask this question. I can't believe I'm having to ask that question. Chat, is it acceptable to say that because your partner has cheated on you? Is it acceptable to say, I hope you get graped? Like, I mean, like, I know it's a ridiculous question. I don't believe I'm bloody even asking it. But that's the defence he's using, and he thinks that's sound defence. That's all right. That makes sense.
You said it continuously over a period of time. I've also had messages.
No, we did not.
Hang on.
He did. We've read all the messages, right? He has said he's made those threats quite a lot. We read all those messages.
Let me talk. Stop screaming at me. Let me talk. I've had messages from other women, from other groups, people that are not
We've shown multiple women, and we're going to show more as well as this goes on.
Connected at all. All these different women, I've had messages sent to me. I've got everything. You are a danger to women. And you
can I just quickly say something really quickly before Sam leaves the live, because Sam Walker's now in the platform. Yeah, we did have a person named Ghost come up here, Sam Walker, to say about something, I don't know, some exposure or something like that.
Boring.
and that you need to speak or something.
That's how invested she is in this. That just points out to me. That's just how invested she is. She wants to get ahead of the next bit of drama. This isn't drama, these are people's lives. This man's been threatening to rape women. This man has said he was paying money for people to go to people's houses and do stuff to them. This is like, and that's all it is. It's just the next bit of drama. Oh, we'll make sure we'll mention that, so we might retain people who want to listen about that as well.
Something like that. I really don't know.
Something about Ireland, it was so random, he just jumped in
And
randomly.
basically, Sam Walker's saying it's lies. So carry on, guys. I just wanted to say it before Sam Walker left.
These are different groups.
Why is it okay for women to attack men, but when men go back at men, we're abusive?
Nobody's attacking you. I've had
Who's attacked you?
so many different women message me and tell me about what you're doing to them. All from different groups where you're telling them to get grapes. You're sending pictures of Louise to other women. You sent a picture of Louise.
Once again saying, oh, it's because she cheated. It's because she cheated. I threatened, I said I hope she gets grapes multiple times. As though that's insane. If that is your mindset in your head, you need looked at.
And
photo to another woman. I've had everything sent to me. I've had all of the accounts that you've got. I'm going to do a post because you're dangerous.
We'll look at all the accounts as well.
And you can sit here and say people are scared to go to the police. You've scared these women. You've told them you're going to have their.
I told them to go to the police.
You've done loads of things. They're terrified. I don't understand what you're trying
Thank you guys.
to do here.
We're just here from
You're the one that you're going around live talking about me. So what you talking about? You don't understand what you're doing. Why don't you not go? Everyone
Irish
goes to the police.
Can I just say first, one second, Irish people. Let me speak for a second. First of all, there is two sides. You're right. Yeah, there's
we've seen them.
There are messages which have been put out, and your messages which you have not put out. That's true. But however, some messages we saw. You said about go get graped. Was it that Alicia go get graped or something?
Yeah, I'm going to put them up.
I said that to Louise because he cheated on me, and I said it hard-headed, and I go get.
Was that like the third time or the fourth time of him saying that that's the excuse, that's acceptable?
Right, that's exactly what I said. She cheated on me, you fucking weirdo.
Absolutely wild. Right, so in this clip, it's a short clip here. Irish FYP, we've already shown evidence that he does make threats towards women, but he's going to state here very clearly that he doesn't make threats. He hasn't threatened anyone.
Threatening them or anything like that, are you?
No, I'm not even in contact with any of them. I've changed my phone number, Angie. So how can I be scaring these people?
You've been threatening them the last few days. What are you talking about?
No, we haven't been threatening anybody.
Yes, you
have.
What
are you talking about?
Yes, you have. You was putting all posts up. I've got all posts.
So he said explicitly there, I've not been making any threats. I've not been making threats, yeah? So do we believe him, chat? I mean, Christ. Spoiler alert, here's some threats. So, earlier on, I showed that he made a threat about doxing this lady's child, right? And I said, unfortunately, this wasn't going to be the only example I had of this. So, obviously, I've edited this, but the top line that I've crossed out was an address. It then said, F it, you started this mess and you've hurt me. Then it was a phone number. I'll be the monster you lied about tonight. Keep talking lies and I'll gladly dox your son. Same threat again, posting information on this lady.
One day he said, it won't be.
And then here's another threat. Here's another lady talking about a threat that was made, or a wish.
One day he said, it won't be that when you're crying to your mates in Discord on VC, which I found strange. Because why did he want me to cry? And how would he know if I had been in my pal's VC? So I stopped going in one day.
So another thing there, and another woman. That's another lady speaking out. And then here we go. Here's the next one. A woman who accused me of rape and told me to go unalive myself for a long time is now the victim tonight. I hope yous are proud of what yous did. Same woman who told her family me and her best friend was cheating behind her back. You didn't hear any of that from her though, but yeah, the man's fault in it. This woman told people on many occasions I raped her, which she denies, but I have the messages, she's seen them. Like, it's just absolutely wild, absolutely wild. And then I have obviously scribbled this out, but there we go again. So this is more doxing. I think this is doxing his own address, but I'm not even sure. It says, don't ever threaten me, send these 10 scary men. Honestly, this guy is tapped. It then says, the mad thing about me is I live the life, say I'll put a person in a hole. Say I put person in a hole, piss on the grave until a plant appears. Don't threaten me and think it's just another TikTok argument. I'm waiting for your Dublin fella mate to pull up Irish Kelly, you smelly lady of the night. I don't know if I can say that word. Go wash under your armpits, you little scruff. Now this guy doesn't threaten women. This guy doesn't. He's just said it in the voice, the clip to Angie there. No, I would never. I would never. And we've shown so many examples of him talking like this to so many different women. Irish Kelly, smelly fanny, about 50, hasn't had a good ride since she's about 30. The effing vile see you next Tuesday. Ye fanny stinks have used batteries. Ye dirty stink, send the effing men to the address, hurry up. Any great, isn't he a lovely guy? Absolutely lovely guy. And so he tells you guys. So he tells you guys. And then another woman, I was talking about another woman. I've lost track of how many women he's been talking about, or how many women have talked about him now. Because remember, it's only the ex. But where's all this? Georgia, the fake officer who sat answering phones in the Greater London Metropolitan Police, never did a day out on the beat in her life, yet sits here and acts like she did 12 years of actors police work. Ha ha ha. What other lies we outing? Who wants to know who baby is deceased baby father is? Because it isn't. I mean, like, what in the actual hell? So that's 2 women now. That's 2 women now. Another 2 and this. Yeah, you do literally need a crime board. He's done so many things. And he's going, oh, it's all these women. It's all the women's fault. It's all... Thank you. What a wild gift to be sending in the middle of that. Thank you. But they're like, he's an absolute wrong'un. He's an absolute wrong'un. And we'll go on to another one. Someone tell that teapot, Georgia, to stop acting like a lesbian. She loves the... Oh, my God. The male appendage, shall we say. The little fed. Don't Mac go post the proof. I try tell yous to leave me be, but yous push, and now I'm sitting with someone's whole family in my hands. Just leave me alone. That's all you have to do. Now leave me be. Do you know what I mean? Like, once again, threats. Now, these messages I don't believe have been put out yet. I don't believe these messages have been put out yet. I'm going to read them. Once again, I have to read an edited version of them, but this is vile. I believe these messages are between him and his ex. These are other messages. Now, Christ almighty. You're a SLUT. It is what it is. Fat little tramp. I hope you... Honestly, this has been the hardest thing to bloody try and, say in a TikTok friendly way. You trampy little SLUT. Honestly, hope you lose everything. I hope you die screaming. Tom would be better off without you. Your family would be. And then another message. Told you many times, keep threatening me with lasses and I will leave. So he's obviously been threatening, that he was going to get lasses to beat his missus up and stuff like that, which is absolutely wild. And he says, is that why? And she says, that's what I'm doing. And then he says, can't answer phone calls, all of a sudden, I'll break your whole face. I promise. Yeah. I'm just going to let that set. I'm not going to repeat it, because repeating the threats is what got me bananaed on the last one. That this monster is making all the time. You can see there, obviously he's tried calling, they haven't answered it. You ain't getting answered. He says, I will literally, I don't know, you're effing sculling. So obviously you can see at the top he's obviously trying to ring and ring. You can see it says join, so he's obviously trying to get her on the phone, and while he's saying that, she's not answering it and the messages are being exchanged. She says, but you will never be unblocked. My Wayne's in bed now, so I'm off. He says, you're severely peeing me off. No one talking to any, see you next Tuesdays. If I'm asking you to unblock me, I will literally, I'll put, with permission of the people who've sent me these, I will post them all on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Fact Freak. Follow me there. I'll post everything that I've put on today on there with permission from those people. I don't want to enlarge it too much because it can pick up the words. So I will literally kick your, I'm pausing for a reason, teeth down your face. Okay? Honestly, this is fucking wild. He says, I'm not having another year where you attack my insecurities because you're a bipolar. See you next Tuesday. She says, you're a joke, mate. You swore on your mother. He said, keep calling me mate and I'll cut your nipples off. I mean, I can't even believe it. Like, this is just fucking ridiculous. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. You know exactly what you're doing, he says. Fuck me. None of these messages are easy to read at all. You stone dead, you effing see you next Tuesday. I'm telling you now, I will, you stone dead. This is, honestly, these messages are wild, absolutely wild. Don't forget, we have all the support numbers as well if you need them in my bio, in my link tree. Now he says, what happens tonight is your fault, bro. She said, your threats ain't gonna work. Do what you want. It's on you, not me. He said, it's not a threat, Frosty Fanny. Okay, then you're talking to other females. Don't bother me. Enjoy yourself. F off, he says. F yourself. I'm just going to block you now. Good luck. If you do, I'm going to murder you. And this is fucking, honestly, this is wild. And just so you know, I do have, like, I can tell you that this has been reported to the police, and I hope to God they take it very seriously, because this is fucking wild, man. Just threats to life are such a serious crime as well, regardless of obviously the DV and all that sort of stuff. If you just break it down as criminal charges, there's quite a lot. It says, answer the phone, I'm telling you now. So he's threatening her to answer the phone, saying no. He says, once again, I'm going to send money. I'm going to send someone money to do you in. That's the second time we've read messages, 2 different women who had been threatened in that way, where he said he's going to do that. That's 2 different women. And he keeps talking about it was just the one, the abusive relationship. Not true. She said, I'm not listening to you putting me down. There's another one here. It said, I've had to forward that one because I didn't realise there was a number at the top. He's ringing constantly there. Stop ignoring me. I'm doing pauses purposely because of the algorithm and the way they pick things up. I'm going to cut your face. I promise you I will cut your whole face. This has been reported to the police yet. He then says, still there ignoring all my calls. The minute you're well, you F off all day with your phone on silent. Said I was sleeping. You were there with some ugly SLUT. I warned you, watch. Yeah, seriously, I'm unwell and you think like that. God bless. Then can I go message people? Yes, you can. So just from reading this, I actually have no context to this, but this seems to me, chat, and you can tell me whether you're getting the same vibes, that he is constantly accusing this woman of cheating if she's not responding to the messages. And then he's going, well, I'm just going to go and cheat then. Is that the weird? And that's just another form of manipulation and domestic abuse. It says, you can sit on phone all night to secret friends, then so can I. What's good for is good for everyone. And then F off out of my face or I'll give you a real reason to involve the police. This is wild, man. Anybody gives this person a platform after this, like, going to give your head a huge shake. A huge shake. Pretend you hot, bitch. What? No. You always say you like my filth, then tell me no all the time. I literally get nothing from you, but that's okay. You said no. Exactly. I can say no and it shouldn't be fine. Now, isn't this wild? This is a conversation around consent with this man, and we've already seen him, but he doesn't seem to understand consent at all. Not at one bit. All right, you obviously don't find me sexual. This is more manipulation. This is horrendous. Imagine if your partner doesn't want to do something, just accepting that. Instead of, oh, well, it must be because you find me. So what do you want? Do you want to emotionally blackmail them into submitting to you when they've already said no? That's what it gives off here. How is this about you? I don't feel comfortable. That's a proxy excuse. What's there not to feel comfortable about? You speak to somebody like this and you think they are going to be comfortable to be intimate with you is wild. Is absolutely wild. Green screen what you want. It's an effing thumbprint. I don't care. People see how crazy you really are. You're covered in the thumbprints. Show me your top half of herself. Excuse me? I'm going to snap. Who the F are you talking to? Show me your top half. Look at you, you're a scruff. You're a bully, look at you. And then he says, hide in your body. This is absolutely wild. Says, I do. Interested in being nice and caring and easygoing, and you're like, nah, this is way more fun. I am that too. One day I will be on the news for murdering you, just so you know. And this is fucking insane. This is absolutely insane. Tell me that isn't coercion and violent control. What messages? Show your TikTok messages now. Telling you better go effing screenshot or screen record you and her messages. Leave me alone, bully. Exactly, you dirty FC next Tuesday. Right, and it says all women. I'm telling you, you better screenshot your page, you FC next Tuesday. You fat cheating FC next Tuesday. Know what you're done here? No, you're done. Don't break the rope. Oh my God. I haven't read some of these. This is like the first time I'm reading some of them. Don't break the rope when you yourself, you fat, see you next Tuesday. She says, F off, acting single every time we argue. You threaten to cheat. F off. He says, you ugly rotten dog. You're dumped, God bless. Sell yourself, you knacker. Said, I already dumped you, kid, so you can't really dump me. You're dumped, trust. Again, I already dumped you, so you're dumping me now means nothing. So yeah, so obviously that's a lot. This is this guy here. This is the person behind the Irish FYP account, Stephen Hanley. Right, okay, so I need to take a minute. That's bloody, yeah. So right, okay, we've got some more messages we're going to go through. 1 second, I'll have a little look. Yeah, I've got some more messages and some more repeated behaviours, so we get a good idea of what he's like, and then I'll show you all the accounts that I know he has that's been provided to me. So this one here, ooh, yuck. It'd be sweet. It'd be my partnering gift. Wouldn't want you sniffing shite, babe. Nah, do I? Yes, the Irish. Ooh, cringe. I will find out where you are and drag you out. I will find out where you are and drag you out. This is him. It looks like sending message through PayPal. And when you send people money on PayPal and bank transfers, sometimes you can leave a note. I've seen this before in other types of abuse. They've sent a message, and the message in the PayPal says, no pedo is interested in you or your fat. Christ almighty. It's an S slur for people with learning difficulties. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to read that out. No pedo will be interested in your fat son. The effing handicapped little. See you next Tuesday. Good luck. And this man wants to go around in people's boxes pretending they're the victim. Fuck off. Some more messages. You pissed me off now. You know what you're doing. And then obviously you can see all the attempts at calls. And then at the bottom again it says your son's a handicapped. See you next Tuesday. And then stop telling me. I'm telling you for F's sake. I'm gonna effing murder you. And then it said, money owned, we are equal now, go F yourself, you owe me €100, you get nothing from me, you never will again, you owe me €100 euro, I'm going to dox your explicit images then. He said, effing putting your phone on silent and effing off for 5 to 6 hours, you fat, see you next Tuesday. Okay, I'm done responding to you. Calling a woman fat doesn't make you clever or big. What I will say is, while hosting this live, I've had a few messages of other people who say that they have gone through serious things, similar things. So there may be another live at some point as well, or another post put out. He says, keep talking to me like shite and see the fella you're sitting on secret phone calls to. Oops, sorry. Calls to been seeing your top half and address all over TikTok, you fat effing slut. Fucking hell. And then this is a message from his TikTok. You and you're slow, and then it's the R slur to do with people with learning difficulties. You're slow, R slur, autistic, stupid, see you next Tuesday of a son, can F off, you effing, you fat effing tramp. Watch now, you effing, jeez, honestly, this is insane. You effing slut. Just watch what happens. F your slow disabled kid. F off. More. It says another threat. Expect a chap. Sleep good. Sleep good, babe. I will. Do. You effing clown of a thing. I'm going to add some see you next Tuesday on Snapchat and talk to her all night. You're going to effing regret all this, you effing tramp. Go do us all a favour and cut your... I can't say it. I say always protect your own mental health, guys. If you're in the chat, if you're triggered at all, nobody will think any less of you if you need to back out. Cut your effing, you fat, see you next Tuesday. Oh, I know what will get Steve. Let me gift men money that will show him. You fat, you stupid, fat, desperate, begging, see you next Tuesday. I hope you get graped and battered. You useless F, begging, see you next Tuesday. F off, F you, F the police. Jesus fucking Christ, honestly. Should not said that it was your money. I don't control what you do with money. That was really shite. Can we just forget today? And can you just be a bit more mindful how you speak to me sometimes? I don't mind when I'm a cunt. I deserve it then. But not when you just snap at me for nothing. And then the next message, you fat, see you next Tuesday, I'm going to make you unalive yourself. This is this guy's messages, Irish FYP, aka Stephen Hanley. Says threatening behaviour that could cause me stress and alarm. Lovely, go to the police, you're sick, see you next Tuesday. I'll give you threatening behaviour. I'll smash your ugly fat face. Stephen, that's shocking. Go effing unalive yourself, you ugly fat, see you next Tuesday. Honestly, this is just unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. He says, I actually hope somebody unalives you. I hope that someone at your door smashes your face. I hope next time you're out, you get a smack off a bar to your face. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. Look how cute you are with your copy and pasters. It's adorable. I've seen messages to prove it. You say nothing on me. The other hand, go cut your, again, talking about this, and F off. What are we on now? So I'm going to show another example of his behaviour with yet another woman, or just saying things that are vile, and then I'm going to end by showing you guys his accounts on here. I urge you to block this creature. I urge you to block him. So he's in this chat saying Jimmy Savile did nothing. Use get a grip of yourself. I'm saying Jimmy Savile did nothing, get a grip. Right? So then he gets pulled up on that. He gets pulled up and he says to Courtney, I believe, don't ever mention me again. You won't like what sort of information I unleash onto this app. More threats towards a woman. More threats towards a woman. So before we conclude by showing you his accounts, his other accounts, What have we shown today? Obviously, we've shown that he has no issue threatening just women as a whole. He's threatened some of the most horrific stuff. He's used slurs against people with learning difficulties, towards her autistic son and stuff like that. And he's just a vile. We've shown that he lies. We've shown all sorts of stuff. He has no problem doxing people, with all this sort of stuff. This man is a huge red flag. A huge red flag. Oh no, sorry, I've got another. I didn't realise I had another message, sorry. So this is another one where he's messaged a girl, he's messaged a woman, because earlier on I said if anybody had any more information on this one to get in touch. So we had Courtney got in touch and this person got in touch as well, saying that obviously they'd been messaging and then he tried to take things sexual with them. He said, you don't seem interested, I can just go. I love people who try to rise my energy. I got that feeling off you in Discord that you would watch me or make me go harder. They then said, I like making friends and having a laugh, but I'm not here to entertain your kinks, so I'm being cautious. And he then says, but yes, watch me too. And she says, like I said, I'm sussing you out. He then says, I mean, if you don't judge me for my kinks, I'm more than happy. Now remember, his kinks are basically sort of normalising grape as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't understand what C&C is, and he's using that to validate the way he is. Says, I'm not judging you, but I wanted to know if that's all you wanted off me. If you're looking for only that, then I'm not the one. If you want to chat about all sorts, that's okay. Irish then says, but apparently I was a predator or something. Absolutely not. I just say what's in my head. But I'm not going to fight some strangers to say, no, you have me all wrong. Do we have him all wrong, chat? Do we have him all wrong? I just get turned on by your stupidness. Want to follow my TikTok? Absolutely wild. Right, so we will end by showing you the accounts. So we have an account here called Spicy Charms, is his account. Spicy Charms. We then have another one, Just Stee, with the username Island 1916.1. Like I say, I'm going to post all of these screenshots on my Instagram. My Instagram's The Fact Freak, so go and check that out. Make sure you're following that account. I always post evidence on there anyway. Next one, obviously the one we mainly know, Irish FYP. On Discord we've got Irish Steve 1980. That's Irish Steve 1980. Another one on Discord, Irish the.e32. Then we have the Stephen with the Irish flag. Sorry, I'll get back onto that. Get that username properly. STE1892.3. Alright, so that was the live deep dive into Stephen Headley. If you're not following this account, guys, please make sure you are. It is my backup. Obviously the live started on a different account. We had it taken down. So also, 1 second, give me 1 second, guys. Like I say, I'm going to post all of these screenshots onto Instagram for you guys to have a look at. As well. 1 second. Bloody phone's overheating. Also, guys, if mods could pin this account for me, please. Make sure you follow that account as well. That is where I post most of my awareness videos, and we have quite a few awareness videos on this guy as well. Yeah, and I hope I hope to God that anybody who may be messaging this person at the moment, when he's in the honeymoon period of being nice to you and stuff like that, you see how it will eventually go. And of course they will tell you that it won't go that way, but we've seen multiple people. This live will be on my YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up. I think the Observer on YouTube, if you're not following them, go check them out. Probably got the first part. When you get a live ban, you can't download your live, but this one obviously is okay, and this was the main one for tonight. So I'll re-upload it onto YouTube, but it probably won't be up there until during the weekend at some point. Alright, I'll catch you all later, guys. Thank you for the support as always, and thank you for being respectful in the comments to everyone and stuff like that. Mods, you've done an amazing job today. Amazing job, because it's been very busy and you've had to do a lot. Right, thank you guys, thank you. Yeah, you can, Terry, message me on Insta though, the Fact Freak. Okay, right, I'm off, guys. Look after yourselves, be safe. I will be live on the Fact Freak 5 tonight at 6 o'clock, doing our music live on a Friday. Christ, do we need some happy stream. Right, I'll catch you then, guys. Peace.